Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty. I am starting this live. I just wore a little hat today. Just so now I don't like this light. I always turn these lights off. Let me see if I want to turn this light off. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have the light off today because it just shines into this. Just want to wear my little hat today. This is your girl Queen Muhammad. I don't know if I'm sitting back far enough, but yeah, this is hi. How are you? This is Sunday morning with Queen Muhammad. Yes, yes, yes. I wanted to inform you guys that as you see, the harassment has continued, and we're going to put this guy, Stephen Kotowich, on notice. So, how are you? How are you guys? How was you guys' holiday? Um, I'm just going to wait for a few people to get in here. The holiday was okay to be expected. You know, it's um, as you see, if you go to my Instagram page, Mama Bear Queen 215, you will see I posted the food that I made. I made everything. I made uh you know, turkey, stuffing, macaroni and cheese, everything. So you can see that um at Mama Bear Queen 215. That is my Instagram page. And my business page, if you want to work with, oh, let me introduce myself. I am Queen Muhammad. I am the CEO and founder of Pop Records. I am also Rich Long's wife, and I'm also uh, the manager of the company that manages Rich Long's career. Okay. So, yeah, I wear a lot of hats. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna wait for some people to get in here. We're still wishing and hoping that this is going to be over very soon. Okay. Please continue to keep us in prayer. This is very serious. I mean, we come to you with a lighthearted and everything, but in reality, this is a very serious situation. For anybody who can do all that, come to your house, which Rich believes is a setup, come to your house with guns and then come again with U.S. Marshals and no warrant. So we know that these people are used to the bullying tactics. So since no one, other than since Rich does not feel like he's getting any help, he has brought his concerns to the people, and we're going to be the sleuths in this situation. Since he seems like, since the lawyer's not returning the phone calls, the lawyer hasn't returned our phone calls in about 3 weeks. Okay, so the lawyer hasn't returned the phone call, and then when we did talk to them, it's always a smug and trying, like, I don't know what side they're working on, remarks and stuff. So we have to bring our concerns to the people, so that way we can see who the real devils are. We can see who the real menace to societies are. See, my thing is they can hide and point the finger. If everybody, oh yeah, we're going to point the finger at an innocent Black man. But when you start to peel back the layers for the truth, that devil always rears his ugly head, right? And I don't think it's going to be rich long. It hasn't been rich long. And we're going to see. We think that is, okay, we went down the list last time. Okay. So he has good reason to believe that this all started with a false police report by a woman of no color, according to Cynthia G. That's what she calls woman of no color. And we've been calling her Karen. That day, Rich got a ticket. Police came. Rich got a ticket. They used that information to now target him, boot his car. It's been a whole bunch of bullying. The same people that were with Karen were with the gunman. We don't know the gunman. They keep asking us to identify the gunman, but we're telling the police officers that all these people have had close relationships and conversations with the gunman. So instead of harassing us for a guy that we don't know and saw a flashing time, talk to the people that we've let you know that had personal one-on-one conversations with this guy. They need to be in for a lineup to see. So that way we can all, since we're all on the same team of cleaning up the streets in the neighborhood and not just targeting Rich Long, we all can all go together and we can see, and then because these people have had actual conversations with him. He's talked to the Asian store owners. He went in there, I don't know, to get the drop, or, this girl that was with Karen, black girl with D'Angelo braids, was in the police video pointing out our house with the gunman. So my whole thing is all these people that are here know this guy. So I don't know why they're playing games with us and acting like they're needing our specific help to identify this person when we've let them know that, and they have it on camera. This was an alleged setup on an innocent black man by people who heartless. They have no regard. I was telling you last time that the neighbor downstairs, I didn't want to get into it, but I'm going to get into a lot of things today. We're going to deep dive in this today because I'm getting tired of it. As you see now this, that is the call-in number. You guys can call in. You guys can call in. Let me get this hooked up. I'm going to play some music while we get this together. You guys can call in today. They all in on it. That's what Rich Long said. And I believe him. Something rotten in the cotton. Yes. All gas. That's right. No brakes, all gas. I don't have my speaker. Oh, there they are. I was just about to say I don't have my speakers, but I just see them. So let's get these speakers going so you guys can call in. And we're going to put the call-in number in the chat if you guys would like to call in. The only reason why I'm premiering these, that's why I'm a little bit out of sorts, because I premiered this number. I premiered this number maybe a couple weeks ago on this channel. And it was for supporters and people who wanted to contact the Godmother podcast, okay? That is the podcast that I am starting creating. And so then we get oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put the call-in number if you would like to call in. Okay, and I'm going to pin that. All right. So you can call in, but what I would need you to do is put your last four in the chat. That way I know that it's someone calling in from um, this particular live. Okay, so we're going to deep dive into a lot today. This, like I said, this downstairs neighbor who I told you, sorry about that, approached Rich. He was actually the first person to approach Rich when he came here. In the middle of the street, it was the weirdest thing. Because like I said, Rich and I, we had, that was one of our first disagreements that we've had. And you know how relationships is, you see it all over the internet. It ain't nothing new. And it's nothing that anybody else need to get involved in. Okay? Uh so that was about Friday. This was like early on when he first came up here. Friday. Saturday, we're fine. He sees us, we're fine. He hears us, we're fine. That Sunday, we're coming in from the market. He pulls up behind us, and I said, "Happy Sunday." You know, trying to. This fool says, "Yo, yo, yo, come here," talking to Rich, and that was just so inappropriate. Because first of all, I had just moved here, so I don't know him. Um, we've never had no type of conversation. We weren't buddy buddy. We didn't hang out in each other's apartment. So I just didn't understand what was the logic of him trying to now check him over me. Now, mind you, that was crazy. I immediately and it was a word off that lasted about 20 minutes in the middle of the street. And Rich is like, I'm telling you, it hurt his heart. It hurt his whole entire heart because Rich was like, what the hell? What the fuck? What is going on? Nigga, she chose what the fuck is what the move on. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and argue with you about, he said some other words, but you know how Rich is. You're like, I'm not sitting here argue with some nigga that I don't know about anything. And he this relentless zombie just kept on going back and forth. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. Like I said, I did not know that guy. I still um he creeped me out because when I did move in here, he tried to hustle me out of $300 for a dead man's furniture that was already left in here that the landlord said I could have. So I did not trust his character. Um, so I never would like to have any type of other conversations with him other than, good day, good morning, good noon, and good night, and happy Sunday. I didn't want to have anything else with him. So I didn't understand why he was now um, harassing me and my company out in the middle of the streets. But that's how coons act. That's how coons act. They have to give you a public buck breaking. And I'm bringing that up is because even after Rich is arrested now, that's why I said these people are playing games. They're not, it wasn't any fear for their lives. They played games with an innocent Black person, and instead of facing them, that person just one-on-one in conversation, they cohorted together to now imprison an innocent person. So we're not going to allow that. And now see, my whole thing is if everything would have went their way, and now that it's not, and now that the paperwork is now coming out, and we are peeling back the layers, now the suggestive texts are coming through. And then it leads to direct threats. Then it leads to action. So my whole thing is, these people are the ones that have been making the actions towards us the entire time, and we're definitely proving that along the way. All we're doing is sitting still, and everything is just happening like it's been happening around us the whole entire time. We've just been just like this. We just been like this, sitting in the car, Karen, call the cops. We just like this, sitting in the car, gunman comes. We just like this, sitting in the house, gunman knock on the door. We just like this, sitting in the house, U.S. Marshals coming through, busting in. We just like this, this is what I'm saying. We haven't done anything to these people but stand our ground and how we feel and still continue to look for answers. That is it. So the more we peel back these layers, I'm pretty sure the real devil is going to rear its ugly head. And we think one of them is this guy right here. So please continue to report him. And the reason why, you see that that text. Now that is for the Godmother podcast. That's the number here. I'll just put it in the chat. Now I have to prematurely give you guys this number because this is not the Godmother podcast. This is Keeping People Real TV. So I'm in the midst of formulating my show, which is going to be myself, other adults, other people talking about tough love conversations. So that is the number to my own show. But I have to give it to you today. So if you would like to call in, you can. But I have to give it to you today because I premiered it on the website www.maddpop.com CEO Connect/CEO Connect. I premiered it on there, and I also premiered it on this channel with my song with Robert Curry of Day 26, Unbelievable, which is out now and doing very well. Okay, so, and I also premiered it on my social media. So we haven't, the number has not been in use. The number has just been on these particular platforms. So who do you think would text leave other than anybody associated with this situation? So they're watching. And that's why we are, because my thing is, these people have my actual phone number locally. But, so it would not be to do things anonymously. They're going through the website. They're going through the Godmother podcast booking line, call in line and booking line to now harass us that way. So who other, because random people would not say that because they have no investment in where we are and where we're not. It's somebody directly associated with this situation. And the most associated with this situation is the landlord. He's the only one invested in where we are. And so that's why we're continuously telling you guys to report this thug, allegedly. It's not a game. It's not a game. These people allegedly set Rich up and they care nothing about it. Like I said, that neighbor, he carried in his heart months and months and months that Rich did not bow down to him or whatever the fuck that he thought that was going to happen when he walked up to Rich and interrupted our day and our holy day, Sunday, with bullshit. Okay, so I immediately told the landlord. The landlord did nothing and actually targeted me and my family to no end, as you see. and actually moved more of that guy's family in here. See, I never was supposed to see that. They harassed, they did everything, they cohorted, they arrested, they imprisoned, they lied, they manipulated for everything for me to not see. See, my thing is I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie. So let me get the evidence out right now. It's nothing that I have to lie about. Now this guy is now giving me court papers. Mr. Stephen Kotowich is now, I don't owe this guy any money. Okay, like I knew he was going to do. Like I have him put in writing all the months he comped because of the inconvenience of us going all over town. Okay, for his mission, his dummy mission. This is not nothing that we like he's trying to act like it was mandatory for us to leave when that never was the case. He's doing it now because we're unpacking the layers. But he was coming in with nice and smiles and everything. Didn't tell me anything that was an issue. He used issues that I complained about to now target me. And like I said, I don't know what scheme or scam that him and this guy got going on. Because why would he allow this man to basically scam me? This is only a 3-unit apartment. Okay? So why would he allow this guy to scam me out of money for furniture that he already told me that I could have? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're working together. But only thing I do know is that that guy is the one who initially came up to Rich when Rich first came here and try in the middle of the street, which is so disrespectful and so coonish like, because this is a black man. Okay, the landlord is a not of color. Okay, so it was more important to him to coon to them than to respect his own black brother and pull him aside inside. Now we're all going to the same place. What was the importance of in the middle of the street? Because again, it's all about perception. So they know him, they don't know Rich. So this coon then put a big X on Rich's back, and he don't understand that. They sit up there still trying to play Rich crazy, and I'm letting you know, no, you are the ones. You don't know how things work and how psychology work, especially of other groups of people. So when they see two black people who they don't know him, they know you. So why would you feel compelled to sit up there and try to buck break him in the middle of the street about what? An argument or whatever that we had? Like, are you crazy? Rich was like, dude, you're out of your mind. The bitch chose, excuse me, he said some, like, move on. What the hell is wrong with you? That guy, I'm telling you, he holds that in his heart to this day. Okay, so I don't trust him. That same neighbor was with all of these people as well, even the gunman. Okay, we don't trust him. So now that we're getting suggestive text, we have to start at the nucleus, because anybody outside, no, we're not in no beef, and nobody would ever have any investment in where we are. Okay, other than the landlord and these neighbors. So we already know that it's tied to this situation and the harassment, which we said that's been happening to us and ignored. Okay, let's go. I'm going to show you this one text here, because I don't have to lie. Let me just turn my screen down. You know how I got to do. Let's see if you can see this. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Oh, sorry. This is my phone. So you know it's cracked up like a mug. Okay, so let me just say, see, that's in August. Mind you, I'm still in my current lease. My lease is not up until next year. This man in August is telling me he decided to sell the building. Okay, so I don't have to lie. This is what he told me. Interrupting my day, 8:45 a.m., August 27th. You see, this is from him. Okay. Mo, I've decided to sell the building and make renovations prior to that time. So, okay, we're like, no problem. Now, did you hear him say anything that it was an issue about me personally? See, right now, after the fact, which we know he's going to do, and which he doesn't have a leg to do, and that's why those suggestive texts are coming through. Because you know how they play. You know how they play. Stop playing games. We've seen this game 1,000 times. When they don't have a leg to stand on, when I'm white and I say so don't work anymore, then the threats and all the other stuff comes. So we already know what time and what phase we're in. And we don't have a problem with going these phases because we're going to rear out the real devils here. So we're not going to sit there and just have people frame an innocent black man for their comforts. Like I said, you see on the live that I did or posted on freaking Keeping People Real TV. None of those people wanted to go out and avenge some real crime. I called them out. I said, come on, let's go. You guys know how to cohort together to try to buck break, wrangle a buck that just didn't give you a grouchy reception when you came into his pathway, which he does not have to. That is still not a crime. You can easily mind your business, which these people didn't do. You can see it in the video when he got arrested the first time. I think it's pinned to the top of the page. I'm telling the lady, can you just mind your motherfucking business? No, she loud as day, cooning and buffooning. Mind your business. It's not that fucking hard. It's not hard. Especially these are the black people. Everybody else hiding in the shadows. These are the black people that are loud and proud and on paperwork. Okay? But this is the people that we want to be highlighted and shined on because we already know that coons are silly and they don't know when they're being used. So it takes an intelligent mind to come in and say, look, fools, you are working against your own better judgment. Can you stop? You are putting our lives in danger. You are harmful to black folks. I know you think you're helping Mr. Charlie and Miss Ann. I know that you do, but you are not helping your own people. The best thing you could do is just to mind your business because you don't know what's going on and you are in the way and in the middle of every little thing. Oh, but I forgot. His feelings was hurt when Rich, when he walked up to us, when Rich first got here, and 20 plus minutes in the middle of the street was very inappropriate. And I immediately contacted the landlord, this guy here. I immediately contacted him. So that's the only report that he has. And what did he decide to do? Target me and my family and move more of this guy's family in. But I'm still here. So I'm like, you're being less than smart. Because if anything happens, you already have reports that this guy has numerous times. I've had to call the cops on this guy numerous times. His character is already in judgment with him being, I feel like a slimeball scammer, trying to hustle me out of money, single at the time, a mother and child. These people are of low character. See, my whole thing is, and they underestimated the wrong people. We don't have to be okay with this. I don't know what fucking time warp these people are in, but we're going to get back to reality of the situation. I don't have to lie. This man said, Mo, I have decided to sell the building next year and make renovations prior to that. So because of that, we are not renewing your lease next year. So mind you, this is August. This is almost the middle of the year. He's harassing me about next year already. That's the only reason why we agreed to start not enjoying our property from August, September, October, November, December on, not continue to do that. No, now we're in the middle of going all over the city, which we have evidence of, all over the city, looking for places. Now he doesn't think that, and now he's trying to, now since everything fell through and his plan is being exposed, now he's coming with a heavy hand of trying to now evict me. Now, mind you, my lease is not up until next year, so this is more harassment. This guy is a lunatic. My lease is not up until next year. He could start that then if there was an issue. No, he's been targeting. He is transphobic. He was fine until he found out that Rich Long was transgender. And he came with a smile. See, my whole thing is we're talking to so many discrimination places and organizations. Not only that, our civil liberties, our civil rights. We're talking to so many organizations. And, they ask you, well, what blatantly did this person do? It's never going to come blatantly like that. It's never going to come. It's going to come like this. It's going to come with a smile. It's going to come. But when you can, the lies. Okay. So this guy did not sell the property. He harassed me in August, saying he was selling the property, had me and my family going all over town. That affects miles on your car, gas, okay, time off work, time you could be making income, affecting your credit, numerous application fees, which can run up to $50 to $100 per person. So I don't know where this guy thinking that I owe him for any time that he had me running around. Like, this guy is a lunatic, and he actually going to lawyers and saying that. So I don't have a problem with fighting my case, because this is what I'm going to make my platform on. This landlord tenant reform, these people are they act like Neanderthals, they act like thugs, and they have the courts to back them up. And obviously they have law enforcement to back them up as well. No, this cannot go on. Number one, he failed to report a hate crime. A crime happened on this property. Let me read you the last text. See, he has not responded anymore, but he just continue on sending me legal things in the mail. Now this is the same man that when Rich got arrested in September, end of September, early October, just a month ago, told me, that he understands the plight of my people, and actually was literally damn near crying on the phone with me. Yeah, I understand the plight of your people. Because this is when Rich originally got upset. Of course, now I do not talk to this fool at all. But this is when Rich originally got upset. This person is damn near crying on the motherfucking phone with me. So I have every right to be upset. And I'm not trying to be politically motherfucking correct. No, I'm not. People have played with my life and damn near tried to destroy my motherfucking life with a whole bunch of shit that is just unethical, and I'm not allowing it. Okay? And I don't have to. The fuck you mean? Okay, so Mo, I decided to sell the building next year. This is the okay. This is it. In August, 8:45 in the morning, waking up on BS. Okay. So my whole thing and way of thinking is, it's no point of getting um comfortable, because if he's making renovations next year, or he's selling a property, he's clearing it out, so he says, why get comfortable? So mind you, I haven't even been in, I haven't even been here 12 whole months, and halfway through, this guy is already um annoying me, not allowing me to enjoy the property. I still have not even unpacked all the way. These people think that is okay. Like, these people are out of their mind. So I would have never ever ever decided to fucking move, or decided to even agree to not enjoy my own fucking property, if he did not initially say that he was going, that we weren't doing that beforehand. Like, this fool is actually trying to now punish me in retaliation, because his BS plan didn't, it fell through. God said no, dumbass. The fuck you mean? You blaming me? You blaming Rich? It's not Rich. Rich is 100% innocent. Your plan foiled through, Scooby Doo. The fuck you mean? We pulled the mask off, and it's your motherfucking ass underneath, and you would have got away with it, right? Cry it to the judge, okay? We don't owe you to help your plan go along the way the fuck you wanted to do over grown people's lives. You guys can call in 1-800-743-1179. That is the God line to the Godmother podcast, and you can also schedule a one-on-one conversation with myself if you want to talk more about the topics. And I have to prematurely give out this line, because somebody decided to use this line, and who we think that is, because like I said, there's nobody else outside of this situation that is invested in where we are. You know what I'm saying? So we get the little, I can't even. The devil stay busy, right? Leave. That's a suggestive text. Now, who do we think sent that text? Now, it's coming from like a 9 something something number, but we know people can mask their numbers and stuff like that. So we're not even worried about the telephone number that it's coming from. But if anybody know how to, it's on the screen. If you know how to decode and decipher and go back to peel the layers back, you can definitely go and do that. The number is right on the thumbnail. And actually, I'll read it out. Actually, I'll just put it on the screen, because I'm not feeding into a whole bunch of mess. Okay, I'll just put it on the screen. Okay. Just give me 1 second. All right, that's the number. That's the number it came from. And as you see, the text says leave. That was it. And my response, my immediate response, because my thing is, like I said, we just put that number out maybe like a week ago on the website, on this YouTube channel, and on my social media, Instagram. So when we put the number out, as you know, it's for the Godmother podcast, and that is a podcast that I'm starting very soon, and we're in the process of production and getting it together. So I just put the number out there just to throw it out there, just to let people know this is going to be the call-in, but you can contact this number anytime to schedule a one-on-one. Now, during the show hours, the show times to call in is going to be free. You can call in, but sometimes you got more to say. You want to talk to me one-on-one. I'm very experienced. You can go over the show topics, hot topics, whatever is 100% confidential. And you just have to set that up, and you can call this number even when we're off the show times. During the show time is free. If you want to deep dive, sometimes you don't want to say things and we're talking about something that's a little bit heavy, and you want to talk about it more and you don't want to talk about it on a public forum, that is the number to call. There is a booking fee, but we will talk and we will get into things, and it is 100% confidential. So getting that text, leave. Hey, 702 Smooth. Yes, that's how you got to do it. It's a lot to unpack, isn't it? It's a lot to unpack. And it's all 100% real. Somebody asked us, is this a play? See, my whole thing is, we're giving you the real. It's not a whole bunch of salacious baby mama drama and all this other crap that's going on all over the internet. This is actually real deal stuff. Not somebody putting themselves in situations and say, I'm a targeted individual. No, this person is actually just living their life and targeted by multiple people. This nigga is damn near an enemy of the state. So it's no comparison. He's really into some shit, and he's really 100% innocent. So that's why we are here to make sure that these bullies and thugs in Philadelphia here, the city that I love, and that are not going to allow this to go down. Okay. And let's see. So let me go to the last text that I sent Mr. Kotowich. So that way, no response. And this was November 17th. So instead of the holiday, instead of Veterans Day, instead of my birthday, which was on the 13th, I now have to be communicating with this guy. This is the last text that I have sent him, and no response. This is me writing Mr. Kotowich. As being an LGBTQ family and a hate crime happened on your property, there are protections you should have put in place for our protection, which you have not. Can we set up a time to meet to go over our safety concerns? You'll also receive this request in email. This is serious, especially since the neighbor is still harassing me with no recourse from you so far. You actually lied to us to have us break our lease and allow more of that person's family to move in after you lied and said you were clearing it out and everyone was moving out. We again, as being victims of a hate crime on your property, implore you to finally follow state and federal guidelines on the serious safety matter. Thanks. Your continuous to ignore a serious safety matter at this property is truly stressful, disheartening, and more evidence of harassment. Hope you have answers for doing so. I have asked you to take this seriously for months, and you're the only one liable. So we have no idea, other than transphobia, why you have ignored making safety measures for my family's safety. All this is being documented and sent to the authorities. I implore you to do the right thing. No response. That was November 17th, and we are 11 days later. So 11 days. So if he didn't know before, if he turned a blind eye before, he knew for 11 days that which he already knew. But again, if you're setting somebody up, how can you play both sides? And that's what I kept calling him on. And I got it right here on text. I said, you're trying to play both sides. You're coming over here to mammy me, and then you're telling them something else. You have to be. You have to be. The dumb thing about you is you are in a contract with me. So I don't understand, what are you doing working with whoever you're working with against me and my family? If he was going to harass us all the way until this point, why didn't he just do what proper landlords do, and is wait for your lease to be up and then give you the notice, not halfway through your lease, coerce you into something, disturb your peace, coerce you into something that you would have never done beforehand, which is go looking for another place while you're already in one. Then when Rich gets arrested and we're starting to tie it into him, because first he was trying to mammy me last month, and then we said, well, wait, it looks like, now it seems like you're involved, because November 1st, new people just moved in. He's signing new yearly leases, guys. So this is nothing to do with them other than his intentions. If it wasn't to target me and my family, because what he has not said when he initiated this, he didn't say, I think you should move because you and your family are doing X, Y, and Z. No, he said, I'm selling the property. That was his reasoning. So that's the only reason why we acted. He comped all of those months that we were looking for our inconvenience, and what I knew he was going to do is now trying to charge me for all of those months on the back end. And if we're not speaking up, a judge will just sign off on some dumb stuff like that and ignore all of this. No, we're not going to allow it. We're not going to allow it. And now, since who else other than him? Who else would have an invested? Because we could just move down the block, or we could just move up the street, or we could. So nobody else would have texted me that, or texted my business line, which is really unprofessional. To text my business line, my booking line, my show line, that type of message that it really hasn't even been premiered like that yet. This number really, nobody would do that other than someone who's particularly invested in where we are. Okay. But we've never texted anybody no crazy stuff. But what, again, like I said in that live, they'll find a reason to now come after me. It's not about anything we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And everything is just happening all around. These people are acting like crazy lunatic zombies. This is what we're doing the whole time. Karen calls the cops. We're sitting in the car. Never moved. Never got out. Running up the block. Police come behind us. We're still sitting in the car, windows rolled up, nothing. Gunman comes to the house, knock on the door. Who would be? Police marshals come to the door, bust it open all wide. So this is why I'm saying you people need to wake up. These people need to wake up to what's going on around here. Take heed of everything that I'm saying to you, because I do not trust these people. And the more we unpack these layers, you know how it is. You know how it gets. And obviously, these coons around here don't have a bone in their body to do what's right other than tap dance for the man. Long as they get a buttery biscuit, long as their family get to do it X, Y, and Z, long as they don't care if now a family who going through extreme transphobia, racist, and bullying. Now I am, a woman, black woman. This man does not give a damn. So no, I'm not going to allow a whole bunch of silliness to go on. He said he was selling the property. Why is he signing new leases? And if apartment opened up out of respect for us going all over town for half a year, if he wasn't targeting us, why wasn't we offered the apartment? If he was, because he might lie and say, "Oh, I just wanted to renovate your apartment." Okay, well then why didn't you offer us the apartment downstairs? That's what I said. He knows he's caught in a trap. So now it's going to be the suggestive text. Nobody would feel that way. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We deal with a lot of business. That message was particularly directly. We have good reason to believe. Okay, directly. Okay, so let me give you more evidence. Okay, September 20th. So August, he's harassing me. September 20th. This is a month later. He's still harassing me about a fire. Now, I've already been through this. The fire department came, left. It was a false alarm. Okay? They're laughing at me. The fire department laughing at me because it was no fire. I didn't stay inside. I went outside and called the fire department. I didn't know what it was. But I saw a little grease splatter and I was the heck out of there. Now, maybe I was a little bit dramatic. Hey, you cannot now, if he would have said that, I have video of you dramatically calling the fire department and I'm upset. Then I could, okay, that makes sense. But then you say I'm starting a fire. That doesn't make sense because that's 100% false. And you continuously accusing me of an arson crime, of larceny, is a violation of my rights. Remember, I showed you guys, and I'm gonna show you again. I wrote him because he started a fire. I said again, there was no fire. You didn't witness a fire. You have repeated this multiple times. I've asked you to stop. This is a false statement and slander. Did you witness a fire, Mr. Stephen Kotowich? This is I told you, this is what he wrote back. I have reports from the fire department. I have video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. I said, now I never read you before and after, so that's what I'm doing now. So that was what I said before. That's what he said, what I showed you before. I have reports from the fire department. I have video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. And I said, you make blanket statements fully knowing you're violating my rights and the law. Again, did you witness a fire? Did you yourself witness a fire? Smoke, flames, fire damage, smoke damage? You've been here after the fact. I'm sure you have pictures of your very serious claims. See, this is what I'm saying. And then he wants to now, oh, Mo, let's start over. Now you want to start over. No, you have just aggravated me and harassed me. And I said, so you have reports from the fire department. Now, mind you, like I said, I was here and there is no reports. He had video. This is him conspiring with the neighbors because he doesn't have a camera. And that's another thing we're getting him on. If a hate crime happens on your property, why are you still relying on other people's cameras? See, he's worried about the wrong things. Only thing this man ever worried about is get out my. That's all he's worried about. But he's not saying this to me. This is through his, I'm selling a place, and I feel so. I understand the plight of your people, and all other. But that's in my face. But all the while, behind my back, he's doing everything he could possibly do to make my life a living hell. So no, that's why I said it's not going to be blatant. It's not going to be, yeah, I'm walking up to you and calling you the N word or sometimes it's not that blatant. Sometimes you do have to see the patterns in people, and we need to stop letting shit slide. I'm not letting shit slide. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to let things slide when it comes to my life and wasting my motherfucking time. Because my thing is, he doesn't understand how stressful that was. Going all over town. That was very stressful. Time consuming. Dealing with all these different people, putting out our credit. Making people check our credit all over town. So that's affected our credit negatively. Paying, application fees, which can range $50, $75, $100 per person. So he inconvenienced me for months, and which I knew he was going to do if it fell apart. That's why I have him in writing, comping all those months. Is now saying, you owe me for those months. This is how slimeball this guy is. He wasted my time all year long, and now trying to charge me for months, like I'm trying to play like I'm some bad tenant. But this is what these people co-sign. This is what these people, will lose their whole mind. Like I said, he said he was selling the property August 27th, 8:45. I showed you guys the text. Mo, I decided to sell the building next year and make renovations prior to that. Therefore, I would not be extending your lease after it's the due date, which is next year. Okay? I still have not been here a year, and this man has topsy-turvy. And let me tell you how they think. I can get into it. He's never going to stop. Okay? See, you people don't understand how this white supremacy shit works. Okay? We can never have a moment's peace in here. We had never have had a moment's peace in here. If it wasn't the neighbors, the outside neighbors, the landlord, we have not had a fucking moment's peace in here. Yet we are still here. Okay? You want to know why? Because we're going to get our fucking peace here. Okay? Then we're not going to now, unless you want to pay for. See, my whole thing is, if you want to pay for us to, now you look all over the place. Now you set everything up. Now you run all over town and look. You have our information, and then hand us the keys. Other than that, we are deserving of our time. So I don't care what this man says. He can leave 1,000 leave text. Oh, let me show you my response. Because I immediately, since we obviously know it's somebody that's looking and lurking, because the number ain't even really out there yet for it to be, all worldwide. I know once it gets out there, we may get all types of texts and stuff like that. But at this moment, when the stuff just got out there and they haven't even been publicized, no. But somebody saying that specifically, just leave and all this other shit, that is particularly pertaining to the content in these videos. Okay, let's stop playing games And that's why I want you to know how serious it is what Rich is in. This is not no games, ain't no baby mama drama. This is pure racism, pure bullying, pure gang stalking, pure harassment, pure evil. Pure evil. This was my response. If you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. But I wrote stay. I don't know if you can see. This is on my social media. Sorry, my phone is cracked. I told you Rich, he was running in the bathroom and my phone was on the edge and it fell. So that was you can go and follow me on Mama Bear Queen 215. This was my response. Stay. I don't know if you can see that. Stay. Fuck you. Have a good day. Have a great day. Just got to make sure. Have a great day. Have a blessed one. You know? So we're not going to to bend to these domestic terrorists, allegedly. This is craziness. This is embarrassing. Not for us. On the city of Philadelphia. This is embarrassing. You're not making us fall from grace, not 1 second. So that's what you're falling from grace. From the rich history that you had to now a police corruption state. Okay? Not I. You're the one targeting an innocent, non-criminal, musician, blogger, DoorDash driver. That's non-criminal. That's who's been in solitary confinement, a veteran, for 2 months. So thank you to the military family who has been reaching out. This is insane. Yes, we do know it is. But as I said, this is a horrible stain on the city of Philadelphia. And it goes so deep and so rooted. And then they wonder why Pandora's box has been opened up on this city and it's damn near becoming Chirac. They wonder why. All I think I know is Rich and I are 100%, and Rich definitely is 100% innocent, and Rich and I is not going to allow a whole bunch of silliness to try to now group us into a whole bunch of black on black crime or whatever. No, we were the victim. We were the victim of a whole bunch of people. We were the victim of a whole bunch of people that now, since the layers are being peeled back, we're going to see if it's Rich Long or any of these people who are the real menace to society, the real menace around here. Is it Rich Long who just went from the house to the car and, the car is his job, so he's delivering, you know what I'm saying, and didn't want to be bothered while at work in his vehicle? Or is it these people who have falsely called the police report on Rich when he was in a non-aggressive, not anywhere in their way stance? She actually got closer to Rich to antagonize him. The black girl next to her with D'Angelo Praise, who was with the gunman in the police video, pointing out her home. Was it the neighbor who comforted Karen, black guy, who Rich actually helped when he came to Philadelphia, gave his kids a game system, but he put his hands on Rich, protecting Karen and all that, allegedly. Then it's the gunman who said that somebody was calling somebody a B. Yeah, he was with the black girl that was with the D'Angelo bracelets. Remember I told you that who's with Karen. Karen was, I told you, talking to the Asian store owner before she went over and talked to the black girl with D'Angelo braids. Now, this, mind you, this Asian store owner targeted my family to no end. I told you he's this guy leaning in Richard's car, but I shorted him 10 cents that same day that this lady called the cops on me. He was sitting up there minding my business and talking loud with Karen. I shorted him about 15 cents and I went upstairs and I gave him 20 cents. When I came back downstairs, he was talking with Karen and outside the store, pointing to Rich in the car and everything, pointing to, saying, talk about my business, um, all this stuff. And I even heard her allegedly say something about a fire. So this is what I said. This is the manic stuff. Now, none of these people have seen a fire. But this is what they're doing all over to bring unnecessary heat on my family instead of with their own motherfucking two eyes, not seeing a fire or any fire damage. Just because you see somebody calling the fire department is not an invitation for you to harass them or to now make Rich, who did not start a fire, public enemy number one, which is what Karen and the rest of them did. Let's stop playing games. We know the landlord said it a million times, even though he, with his own two eyes, came inside the apartment and saw no fire or no fire damage. He still cohorted with these people and made my life a living hell. And now Rich is in jail because of it. These are the facts. These are the facts. So I give this guy 20 cents and I went over to get in the car with Rich. Karen is now behind, parked, the store's here, we're parked in front. She moves because now he's a little bit, getting a conscience because I handed him 20 cents and he knows that he shouldn't be targeting my family because this is out of line. She's back here, then she moves here to the corner right next to us. And now she's finding somebody else. This big, fat, funky Nama is supposed to be doing her job. Okay? Now she's over here. Our car is right here. We have the windows rolled halfway down. So she's in safety back here, a block of, across the street here to the back of us, seeing the back of our car, not our heads or anything that would make anybody feel like they would, somebody would be after you. No, she moves to the corner, right here. And now she's talking to the girl with D'Angelo braids. Okay. They're looking right in our car, pointing all in. Okay. We have the windows rolled halfway up. Our response was not to get out the car, was not to go approach her, was not to threaten her. It was to roll up the windows in our dignified selves that we are and that we will remain even after this situation. Yes, we rolled up the windows on Karen. Okay? In that position, no more, no less, windows rolled up. It was hot. It was September, and we're actually in the car laughing, like, look at these people. We're laughing, just minding our business, wanting privacy. Okay? Which we were intending to do when we left out the house and not engage with this woman who was supposed to be doing her job and interrupting Rich while he's doing his. Okay? In that stance, no more, no less, Karen calls 911. We have not left the vehicle. We still are sitting there because I didn't know who she was calling. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how they be acting because it irritated her. I'm going to let you know, psyche. It irritated her when she could no longer see into our vehicle and we had the last word. They don't like any nigger having the last word. Okay, when they call the cops on you, it's for the cops to kill you. Allegedly. It's not, it was no crime. So instead of focusing on that person who used the law enforcement for to be a thug and to be a bully to an innocent person, no, that's not what happened. They actually came. Okay, Rich had no reason to engage with them, so he did not. No reason to engage. He ain't did shit. So he went and sat down on the porch, got out the car, went and sat down on the porch. They sat there for about 20 minutes harassing us, so we couldn't do what we were doing anymore. Thanks, Karen. We couldn't do what we were doing anymore. We now harassed. Rich wouldn't engage, so they ended up putting a ticket on his car. A ticket that Rich would have never gotten if Karen wouldn't have lied on him. Now, after that, Rich goes to, Karen runs down the block, runs to the neighbor that puts his hands on Rich 2 days later. They have an immediate word off, just like mind your business, yo. And he starts aggressively walking towards Rich. We went inside. Again, we're always taking the higher road, not engaging with any of these people. But yes, Rich, at that moment where of somebody, that's, we need to stop normalizing these people coming into our lives and doing anything, and we're normalizing it. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. And we're not going to be bullied out of our righteousness. Okay? You trying to do that is why Philadelphia is falling apart right now. Okay? We're not the problem. Okay, so there's plenty of crime is what I'm trying to say. There's plenty of people that are doing things they're not supposed to be doing. There's plenty of things going on in the city that you do not have to go and make up things. There's plenty of stuff going on. So my whole thing to remedy your itch to clean up the streets is let's go. Let's go. We can all go and we can now avenge crime. But we're not going to use the powers that we have in all these citizens arrests that we're making to now target innocent people, because then the system it's not working anymore. Now it's become a bullying thing. And that's not what we're going to allow, right? So as you see, he ignored a hate crime, Mr. Steve Kotowich, this guy right here. Please report him. He ignored the hate crime. As you see, I read the text. 11 days ago, I wrote this man. So even though now, mind you, I've let him know prior times before. Can you do something to make this place? You're not doing anything. You have not done anything. The only thing that he's ever been focused on is me and targeting Rich. Our exit. It came with smiles. It came with I'm renovating the property. Now that we see he's not renovating the property, and he actually signed new leases just this month. Now it has turned to now I'm getting all of legal documents in the mail. So how can you explain wasting my time? I don't owe this man any money. But he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, make all these type of backdoor deals that it didn't have to happen. I could have just lived my lease out. I'm still in my current 12-month initial lease. And then he could have, like he's supposed to do, 30 to 60 days before, give me that notice. Not 5, 6, 7 months in, waste my time for half a year, and then say, "Oh, see you later, alligator." Like, are you serious? No, it doesn't work like that. Especially since I know that he lied. We would have never, never, ever, ever, and I need this on record. If he wouldn't have initially texted us about selling the property, we would not have been doing all that running around for a whole year. We have proof of all the properties we went to all over town. So he expects us with his suggestions and his plan that we're agreeing to willingly. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, we're all good. Us to be affected by it negatively, have to be going all over to inconvenienced by his plan, affected by his plan negatively, inconvenienced by his plan uh, 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 in a negative way. And then when his plan of getting us out here so he can, move more of this person in, because that's why I say I feel like they're cohorting together, him and this guy. It was never about him being a proper landlord to me. Because like I said, the first uh, report that of any type of discrepancy was myself reporting this neighbor, this downstairs neighbor, when he approached Rich in the middle of the street for whatever reason to check him about me, which was completely inappropriate and to do outside in a public forum. There was 100% cooning and buffooning. That's not how we do Black people in a situation where we are amongst other groups. They don't do it to us. So I don't know why I have to keep banging over, the knowledge into these people's head where they're still trying to target Rich and I when they need to wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee. Okay? This guy, okay? The coffee is, Black man, you don't need to involve yourself in situations where you act ignorant to the fact that people sometimes abuse their power. So since I'm not in contract with none of these people, I'm only in a contract with Steve Kotowich. We're holding his feet to the fire. Oh, pun intended. Okay, so we have Steve Kotowich. Okay. He failed to report a hate crime. No one took it seriously. Like I said, we have instances. Rich has recordings. No one took it serious because again, they were already. Oh, I don't know what that is. Get out of here. Remove. I don't know who that is. Yeah. Like I said, Mr. Steve Kotowich, we feel has done unlawful acts. We feel like he is involved in setting up Rich Long. We're peeling back the layers. And the more we peel back these layers, you see what we're getting. leave, random leave texts. We have done nothing wrong. Not absolutely not anything. The only thing we have a contract with is Mr. Steve Kotowich, and he need to have good discernment to not cohort with people against his own better judgment and eyesight. Because he, with his own, the less than 24 hours, I gave this man full access to the place of the of the um false alarm with the fire department, with the false alarm. Within 24 hours, he was in all up and through this apartment, just so he could rest assured that his property was 100% intact. And even after seeing that, as you see, with his own two eyes, less than 24 hours later, so it was, nothing has happened in, right immediately, he sees that he still texts me months later. I have reports from the fire department. I have video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. So I told you a month before is when he said he was selling the place. So now I'm starting to think, oh goodness. I got to take these comments off here because we got trolls. Yes. I have reports from the fire department. I have the video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. Okay. My whole thing is prove what you say. We can prove everything that it was no fire because it was no fire, and you've seen that with his own two eyes. So explain. Mr. Kotowich, needs to explain why, after seeing with your own two eyes, your tenant, who you have a contract with, doing everything I'm supposed to do, allowed him in the property less than 24 hours later, than the incident. It might have been the same day, but it definitely was early next day. And I, like Vanna White, I Bob Barkered everything in here. You know what I'm saying? Just to cover my own ass. See, people don't like when you do that. When they can just hide in the shadows and just target you from the background. Oh, the cat call on the back. It's all fun and games. But when you say, no, I covered my ass, I dot my I's and I cross my T's, now you're public enemy number one. Okay? No problem with that. The truth always has to come out, whether the devil wants it to or not. Right? Okay. So even after that, so now I'm starting to think. Now it's starting to come to me now. Because he sent that text about selling the property in August, a month before I gotta go back and see when that incident was with the false alarm, because it might have been around that time. So, but like I said, I'm not thinking anything of it because I've already satisfied everything I need to do as a tenant. This guy going on a vigilante hunt with these neighbors is the inappropriate thing. I, as the tenant, did everything I was supposed to do, which was call the authorities, not try to handle anything myself. If it was something, they came out, deemed nothing to see here, gone in 5 minutes. Okay? Mr. Kotowich came, saw with his own 2 eyes, nothing to see here. Because if it was, he would have take pictures, right? He came with his own 2 eyes. He saw with his own 2 eyes, came to the apartment, saw with his own 2 eyes, immediately after the situation, immediately, with less than 24 hours. And yeah, so I'm just gonna yeah, so immediately came with his own, immediately saw with his own 2 eyes. Um, no fire damage. No fire damage. Okay. So please explain why months later he texts, I have reports from the fire department. He's still, I'm telling him, can you stop? Again, there's no fire. I'm going like this is why I'm saying it's asinine. And he did this 6 times. 6 times, guys. And we had to go through this whole thing 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. But I'm the problem. I'm not going to allow this. I have reports from the fire department. Like this guy is coming hot and crazy. I have video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. Now, mind you, he's texting me this after he has already been here. Does this make any sense? No. What happened was his silly butt acted on something because of the hysteria of these neighbors who already said that they didn't want my trash touching their trash. Don't hand me my money in the stores, lying and leaning on my partner car, doing all types of crazy stuff, coming out the store. That's who he's listening to. So how did it trickle from that to them pressing him, then but how is only our black behinds the paperwork? you know, anyway, but y'all got y'all got a good friendship over there. The only friendship that nothing never works in your favor. All right. Or your people's benefit. Okay. I have reports from the fire department. I have video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. And I'm saying you make blanket statements. You fully knowing that you are violating my rights and the law. Again, did you witness? This is what I'm saying. It was around. What he did was he listened to the frantic people of people, franticness that people never talk to the fire department, don't have a fire on video, don't have fire damage from outside the building on video because there was never no fire. He listened to them instead of listening to his own eyes and seeing his property 100% intact. And I think the retaliation, because we're going to find out when that false alarm was. I'm going to have that for you next time. When that false alarm was, and when we got that first text from him in August that said he was selling the property. I think a light bulb just went off. We're solving it as we talk, guys. That was retaliation off a lie. Off a lie that he saw with his own eyes. Like I said, if that happened in August or maybe August or July, it's September. September 20th, he's still texting me that I started a fire. This is what I'm saying. And immediately after that day, he came into the apartment and saw with his own eyes. That should have been the end of it. That should have not now concoct a whole plan to say I'm to inconvenience my life because they can't sleep at night. They're probably watching this live right now. They can't sleep. I'm telling you, like I said, they're not gonna let it go. That's why I said, because we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. But never, not one day, have a chance to enjoy our property without this person's involvement. Now he's harassing my business line allegedly. Nobody else other outside of this situation would have an issue other than these people directly uh, with this situation. Okay? So, like I said, let me okay. All right, so we have him on not reporting, not doing anything to the property to make the property any more safer after a hate crime. He has allegations of cohorting with neighbors, particularly this downstairs neighbor and these Asian store owners that are our neighbors as well, who we have who have the cameras. Okay, so all that he talked to all those people, obviously after or before, because I invited him to look at the place immediately the next day. So my thing is, when did he have time? This is what he's telling me. I have video of the incident and eyewitnesses. Stop lying. And this is months after he done already came to the place. So what can anybody tell you that would trump your own two eyes? Let's figure. Is it anything that's positive or anything that anybody can let me see. What can anybody say to you to make you say this to me? Make him say that to me or text this and put this in writing. I mean, he's standing on it, right? To make him put this in writing after he came here and saw with his own two eyes. No fire or no fire damage. What, other than transphobic, racist, what would make a person do that? We need to figure this out. Why? He needs to answer for that. Why 6 times? Because I know nobody understands. Why 6 times he said, I started a fire, putting an arson crime on me. Like, even if it was a situation with a fire, he's talking to me like I would have started it intentionally. Like it was a pan on the stove. Like, this guy is talking to me like I just, come on. Like, that's what I said, how crazy it is. And all of this bullying. Like, even if that situation and it was fire damage, and it was, he's talking to me and it wasn't. And he saw with his own two eyes. But even if it was a situation with a pan on the stove where a grease splatter. This man is talking to me like Drew Barrymore from the movie and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is how he's talking to me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't even know why you're talking to me like this, because you've seen with your own two eyes, no fire and no fire damage. You immediately came into the apartment. So I don't understand. Please explain. Why won't anybody get these people to explain their actions? But we do the slightest of things and we are locked up in chains. We can do this. We look wrong. We look suspicious coming out of somewhere, and we are locked up. We look like we're about to do something. We look like we're up to no good, and we are already locked up and in chains, and we got to fight for our tooth and nail to get out? Why can we specifically point out this is what this person illegally did to me? This is what he did. It stressed me out to no end. What is the recourse? This is what he's done. He has lied, cohorted, we believe set Rich up. The day after the day that Rich got arrested, he was here. It was 5 minutes after he left, and he asked me to meet him outside. This man ain't never asked me to meet him outside. We met outside, and then within 5 minutes later, Rich was surrounded by the police. And this is us agreeing for his plan to move. Come on. So my thing is, if we're already doing everything that you needed, why did you have to go, again, the extra steps of harassing, cohorting, and setting up and manipulating? Again, like I said, no, it's he don't understand the plight of my people. No, it was the, oh yeah, we'll act like we're helping you out, but we're going to cripple you on the way out. I'm not silly and I'm not stupid. So I'm using that same tactic. Okay. So I have reports from the fire department. I have video of the incident and eyewitness. Stop lying. So we're going to find out what date, because that's going to really put the spin on all this. It had to be sometime in, because now that I'm thinking about it, like I said, that last message was August 27th of Mo, I decided to sell the property. Okay. That was August 27th. So the next message of you started a fire was September 20th. This is a month later. So what we're thinking, since we're trying to put on our, thinking caps, what we're thinking is this message about deciding to sell the property was a fake ass message masked in him thinking I started a fire, even though he saw with his own two eyes. But like I said, he's a simp ass beta male, allegedly. So instead of letting them know, which would have been the right thing to do as a righteous landlord, would be to explain to them or whoever was concerned, not cohort with them to now have a plan to now set up Rich to be arrested. And instead of having any compassion for him, now still trying to, now the smiles are gone. Now he's trying to legally push me out, and now the leave texts are coming as well. Again, I owe this man no money. I made sure that I put down all of the months that he comped for us going all over the city for his benefit. We did this for his benefit. The only reason why we agreed to move was for his benefit. There was no need of getting comfortable if he was selling the place and renovating and clearing it out. This is what he told us. So again, he said that August 27th, November 1st, he signed new leases and so my whole thing is, and it's nothing against them, but it just, if a place opened up and you inconvenienced us for a whole year, for almost a year, and that we've done nothing wrong, I'm winning every thing that you say to me. I'm letting you know. So maybe you're not relaying the facts to those people. That's what discernment comes through, because I'm letting you know. But you care more about them, the people that you're not in a contract with, over the person who's giving you that you always concede, because I'm telling you facts. Instead of listening to the person you have a lease with, you sat there and allegedly cohorted, because you said it yourself. You have videotape. Do you have a camera? Where's this videotape coming from? Or you just making blanket statements up your behind? I mean, my thing is, what would be the reasoning for texting somebody after you've come into their place immediately after a false alarm with the fire department, seeing no fire damage, and if you cannot deny that you were here, okay? You cannot deny that you saw in the place. What point would you be here for? And if you came and you didn't look around, stop. Okay, stop. You were here and you looked around. So that would be even more dumber if you say, "Oh, I was there, but I didn't look around. I didn't." But why would you? Then why would you say you had the opportunity? No, you were here specifically for you to feel comfortable, for Mr. Steve Kotowich to feel comfortable with knowing his property was 100% intact. That was purposeful for this moment here. Because I, unlike Mr. Kotowich, have very good discernment. This man continued to harass me months after. So only thing we have to do, and it is very easy to find out since he has reports, you know, what date was that false alarm and what was the results? Because I actually called the fire department after the fact. And they actually looked up the case a day after the I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. I actually called the fire department and they said, case closed. Mr. Kotowich said that's unfortunate. That's what he said immediately after I said, I called the fire department. They said case closed. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's another reason why I'm going full force, because people think that they can get away with anything. He said that's unfortunate that a innocent black person is in jail off of a whole bunch of lies and cohorting, when I'm letting you know the authorities came out and said nothing here. It's not unfortunate. It's the truth. You're trying to make it something else. Mr. Kotowich and his goons trying to make it something else is unfortunate. They harassed me to no end. Again, I'm going to put it right here so you can see. Landlord Steve Kotowich, when I'm letting him know, can you stop saying that I started a fire? Are you, this is how he coming. This is how he talks. This is how he talks. Stop lying. That's so. But we as foundational Black Americans always got to rise above. Always got to turn the other cheek. This guy can straight up. This is a man of a landlord. And I am a woman. This is a man in a business setting here. I don't know this man on a personal level. So he's playing a lot of games. He goes from stop lying, talking to me very crazy. That's a very big accusation. And for him to say stop lying when he's already saw with his own two eyes the entire apartment intact is asinine and crazy. No one. I laugh around and I joke, but this is the most difficult thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. These people disregarded a human life. And they wonder why this whole Shit is falling apart. They disregarded a human life. Not one of these people can tell you what crime Rich Long has done to them. He was the victim, and he's continuously gotten victimized by this people, this system, law enforcement, and policy enforcers. Not one, not one, not one person so far has done right by Rich Long, an innocent man. I hate to get up here and be emotional, but this is sad. It's embarrassing. As much shit as my fucking company does for this fucking city, I'm not known. I'm well known. Well known. And I'm not known to be a liar. My family didn't deserve this at all. I have to come to the public because this whole entire fucking city is corrupt and nobody, allegedly. I'm tired of the runaround. It was a hate crime that happened that they're trying to sweep underneath the rug. They cohorted with the people because they went to the police first. That's the name of the game. But they know they were wrong. That's why charges are slowly beginning to be dropped on Rich Long. And he will be free soon. But we want his good name cleared as well. If anybody has any questions or anything, like I said, I didn't expect anybody to call in, but I wanted to put that call-in number on the screen so you know that is the number that they used to send my agency the message to leave. I have done nothing to these people. I don't owe that man any money. I am 100% embarrassed. Not for me. I'm always going to stand in everything that I say and have everything to back everything up that I need to. I'm embarrassed that a U.S. veteran, because of the color of his skin and the lifestyle that he chooses to live, has been a target of relentless bullying, relentless harassment, and to be set up by these bullies. Now I'm the problem. I told you that the downstairs neighbor, I didn't want to say the last time, he's still harassing. Now he knows, as I said, it's all a game. Now he's complaining, you're going to stop me. Now he stopped me outside. Okay, now he stopped me outside. And this was his, because like I said, it's not me. It's everything they're saying. It's not just me and us being a trans family here. Not just me and me being a trans family. He said, could you walk up the stairs a little bit more quietly with the dogs? Now the dogs is the problem. They going from 20 steps up from the ground to the top to run and get water because they've been walking around. This downstairs neighbor, the same one who approached Rich, the first one to approach Rich, where we call him shit starter, and then his name. Okay, so like I told you in that live, they're going to start to target on me now. I need you guys to keep an eye on this situation. Pray for Rich Long. Pray that these people come to some type of clear thought. Stop the bullying, stop the vigilantism, stop the citizens, deputizing these citizens around here, giving these people too much power. And they used it for wrong and evil. And I've been saying that since day one. I've always walked in righteousness. And anybody, when you walk in your righteousness, the attacks are going to come. And that's why we got that text. Any black person involved in this crap from this point on is 100% treasonous. You see what's going on. You see how your ignorance allowed the way for white supremacy to rule over our lives. So, again, not one crime they can say Rich Long did. And like I said, it's so sad that all these backroom deals have trumped justice. Okay, I don't care who came to you and said what. Race trumps justice. Status trumps justice. Wealth trumps justice, allegedly. This is what I'm seeing. I can't see anything else. As soon as we start telling the details of this case, it's a dead conversation. Long as we keep it on the black on black situation of this person we don't know, but they all do, they're perfect right there. As soon as we veer out to say, this is a cohorted effort, and you covering it up make me think that you're involved some way. Oh, now, then they come with the U.S. Marshals with no warrant, bust up in here, everything, and everything's turned a blind eye. When we asked our lawyer, who's now not answering the phone for 3 weeks, get us that warrant. Oh, it's Rich. I got to go. I love you guys. I will not be coming back. If you would like to call that number is a 24-hour number. You can book it. When I'm online, it's free. I will put it up every time. But if I'm not online, then If I'm not online, then you can call it and we can go over things. We can talk. You have to set it up. All right. I'm out. Happy Sunday. Free Rich Long.